that cut off the escape routes of your opposition as well. And I think that's what Fenerbahçe is going to be looking for. He hits level 6, that Shen is primed and ready to turn those ganks in there.
They deserve to be amongst the last 16.
Teams have drafted very strong compositions, and it's all going to be about this early game. But while his early gank failed, Forlan's looking to find some success in the top lane.
Entry Fragger looking for his first kill as Vert there as well. The flash away, but Thorgren's going to get stunned, and this will be first blood for Team 1 in the top lane. Forlan's staying around here. Vert backs off a little bit. Thorgren will spot him out. There's the taunt, and once again, Forlan's just looking for the setup. Crashes on the top side. He'll be looking to try and get towards his top laner to save him, but the stun comes out once again. Crash with the belly bop knocks him back. Thorgren down to half as Vert puts down the Spirit's Refuge. Fenerbahçe able to fight this one out as Crash came to the rescue for his top lane. And meanwhile, in the bottom lane, a root lands onto Absolute, and he has to use the heal and the barrier. The ignite ticking. Padden with the final shot gets the spear in the back, and now Redbird's trying to turn it around. He does get the help picks and will trade 1-for-1 in the bottom lane.
Wow, action happening all across the board. The 1-3-1, the 4-1 style of play. And looks like Fenerbahçe are trying to shut that down.
Thorgren's going to go in, the knockback onto Vert as well. No flash for him and no way of escaping Crash and Thorgren, who will be able to secure the kill. 2-2. Fenerbahçe and 1 are even in the early game.
So they have no idea where he is. It looks like he's trying to steal away this blue buff.
Misses the body slam, the knockback will come out. There is the unleashed power straight onto the base of Crash, and he will get removed from the map by Team 1.
Good utilization of the Shen.
They capitalize on their enemy's mistakes. When they see someone out of position, they make the play, and now they're making the play for the Inferno. They secure it, but Padden is not done. The TPs are going to join this fight as they look for the root. Thorgren goes in onto Redbird. He's used the wild growth, but he will be the first to fall. Team 1 just looking to run away. They're accepting a kill and a blue buff in exchange for the Inferno. And this is what Thorgren likes to do. He's the pillar of the team, and he likes to get these ganks off. Flash straight into Crash. Brucer knockback. The seismic shove will spell his end. Fenerbahçe get the kill. Now Forlan's going to try and protect his tower a little bit as he forces Thorgren back. That magic healing up, and Fenerbahçe will be able to get the kill in the dark. Rotated up towards the top side to try and shut down Vert in this split push. In fact, they're going in with the Fate's Call into the Soul Shackles. Vert flashes away, respect, but gets caught in the binding, puts down the Spirit's Refuge. Padden will still get the stacks from this, though, as he looks to dive. The Shen underneath the tower. And 13 minutes in, Padden is already 3-1.
This bottom lane of 1907 Fenerbahçe are really stepping up in this first game.
That's exactly what we wanted to see from them, and Frozen is looking up towards the top side for a little bit more. Stand United is available for Vert as he comes up, not even going to channel it yet, as 1 are going to get dived underneath this tower. There we go. Absolute pops the barrier. Wild Growth used as well. The dive continues. Fenerbahçe trying to get what they can out of this fight. They take the tower first. The stun is going to land onto Absolute. Forlan dead. It's a double for Frozen, and 1 are just getting scattered to the winds. A great binding from Japone. 3 kills down. Redbird running away, but I'm not sure he's going to escape today as Fenerbahçe collapse from all 4 sides. And they play the early game well. They don't even need to get to the late game. They don't even need to get to team fights, because Fenerbahçe are routing Team 1.
Beautiful dive once again. Thorgren looking to round out the fight with another kill onto Redbird. Everything going fantastically for the Turkish representative,
using that Weaver's Wall incredibly effectively to join fights when he needed to. And once again, he's going towards mid. It's Thorgren and Frozen. It's the dynamic duo trying to catch out Brucer. Thorgren will be able to lock him up with the cat, and he will get the kill. The pillar on which Fenerbahçe stands once again helps Frozen in the mid lane.
Vision deep into the enemy half of the jungle to look for flanks like this one.
Thorgren with the TP. I don't think Absolute has realized this has happened yet. As a shield comes out. Redbird there as well. Forlan looking for the flank. They'll knock Thorgren back, but already Absolute's taking the chunk. Redbird there as well. Here come the rest of Fenerbahçe. Brucer off towards the side, trying to knock them back. The seismic shove does not connect, and Fenerbahçe are just going to continue to roll this forward. However, they are flanked. They get some damage onto Vert, who flashes away. The explosive cast helps them secure the kill, and now the Featherstorm has to come out from Absolute. He flashes. Brucer still off towards the side. Great Glacial Prism onto Frozen, but he will cleanse that away.
He still has teleport available. Fenerbahçe, they don't want to commit to the Baron, though. They're still eyeing up those picks.
Not quite a Weaver's Wall that locks in Team 1. Forlan's going to jump across the wall and bring Thorgren with him, and now he's caught in the wrong place as Redbird comes across to try and help his jungler. If they can take down Forlan, Fenerbahçe can look for that Baron, but they're going for Redbird instead. Absolute pulled off towards the side as Thorgren is that tank, is that shield that Fenerbahçe need when the going gets tough and when they're looking to close out games.
With the Gragas, they have everything they could need to shut down that objective.
Task for them. But Team 1 have come from behind many a time before. Vert locked out towards the side. The inhibitor is being pressured by Padden and Japone. A good finding is going to connect, and now we'll see Thorgren stepping up to the front. Already, Redbird is just dead, and Fenerbahçe are going to push forward further and further. This will be their second inhibitor. They can just go mid, or perhaps they'll even look to push in this next wave.
Keep your eyes on the bottom lane too. There's a big minion wave stacking up. There's a flash from Thorgren.
And the seismic shove just deleted and demolished Team 1 loser man, and now Fenerbahçe are going to look for the push. Bert jumps in, but there's just no damage at all from Team 1. 1907 Fenerbahçe are looking to clean this up. It will be a clean ace for them as they take down Absolute. They're going for the Nexus Towers, and they're going to be 1-0 up against Team 1.
Very convincing game from 1907 Fenerbahçe Esports. 18-4 is the kill score with a 15,000 gold lead to round things out.
And if you're a Turkish fan, this is exactly what you want to see. Fenerbahçe clean in the early game, clean in the mid game, and clean as they take down the Nexus to go 1-0 ahead.
So clean, I can see my Yes, you've got this amazing ability to dive onto the backline. To level 11 is where this composition is really strong, especially with the Varus.
Enjoy getting to the team fights and having...
But they have effectively drafted a bit more of a team fight comp.
He goes burrowing in, looking for the root as well as Vert lands it onto Thorgren, the flash away, but the follow-up flash, and once again, Thorgren might be the first blood target for Team 1.
Ooh, Forlan with the laugh spam as well. In this game, we'll have to see, keep track of it as the game progresses. But Forlan, he has caught out Japone.
Chain of Corruption comes out as well. They're trying to lock him down before he can jump away with the quickness, and they will take him out. Team 1 coming in. Here's the hero's entrance onto Forlan. Brulsa has joined the fight. The teleport's joining as well. Thorgren is in that front line as the rest of Team 1 push forward through the 1907 Fenerbahçe team. That's going to be a dead choke at that blade of the Ruin King is doing work. Brusa gets taken off towards the side, but here come the kittens. They're on a chase. They want a taste of Frozen. He's going to use the cleanse, but immediately caught up. And Team 1 continue to advance, continue to push, and continue to get kills against 1907 Fenerbahçe.
This is the best scenario for Team 1. They want to be fighting at this point in the game. Vert, he comes in with the teleport. We talked about how he can be one of the big carries for his team, and his impact in that fight was phenomenal when you combine the confidence that Forlan showed in that exchange. He was not afraid to go for that 1 versus 3. He was not afraid. He had Brusa on his back. He knew that Vert would be ready and waiting, but now Vert has been caught out.
And he's dead.
He is indeed dead. That is a 1 squished up Yordle map, investing a lot of vision into the top side of the map. And now 1907 Fenerbahçe are worried about that top tier 2 tower, so they're trying to answer.
Forlan engaging onto Japone here, trying to get the quickness out as well. Knock up into the double knock-up. He does escape, but here comes the Void Rush for the kill, and they'll get the second knock-up. They're just diving, Vedius. And Team 1 secure 2. Thorgren will finally nom down on a bit of Zersai as the Queen falls for Forlan.
Getting collapsed upon. Brusa is there with the damage reduction, and now we might see another fight in the jungle.
Crash looking for that blue buff. We are going to see Brusa and Frozen fight up towards the top side. There is a Valkyrie. Crash gets locked up, taunted down by the Shield of Durand. He's going to get to a blast cone. Will use it, but Vert's already flashed the wall, and now actually Vert is on the wrong side of this. He will take down Crash and escape. The tree is too tanky.
In game 1, they are not letting that affect their mentality in game 2.
Forlan engaging onto Padden, looking for the chase with Absolute. The charm comes out from the quickness. Teleport join the fight as well, because here comes Vert. The root is going to land. Does keep Padden safe as Japone takes it up for his team. The Chain of Corruption there from Absolute was a mile wide. Vert's continuing to chase in. Feather Storm, here's the hero's entrance. Looking for the knock-up onto Thorgren, lands it at the right edge of it. But meanwhile, in the mid lane, Frozen continues to push. And Team 1 have invested a lot up towards the top side of the map. Crash is not done yet. The taunt comes out, the double knock-up. And now it's up to Absolute to actually join this fight. The polymorph comes down as Fenerbahçe Crash will just about escape with the heal. The mid-second tier tower is being pushed in by Frozen.
Beautiful team fight from 1907 Fenerbahçe.
Sabaman, there's no vision. Mounted Drake down towards the bottom side. Fenerbahçe were looking to stop that from happening. Now the pings come out on the Baron. They might just lose it. It's going low. Down to about 4,000 HP. It's already gone. Just taken away there by Team 1. Decisive decision making.
I can hear Deficio squealing with excitement at home. Now Team 1 Esports, they've made their way towards the mid. They're going for the engage.
Engage with the charm. Here's the hero's entrance as Absolute jumps out of the back, but Frozen dives all the way in with that Valkyrie. Crash has already crashed and burned in this fight as Borland looks to go aggressive. They need to be cautious because Frozen is on the backside of this, and he's got a lot of damage on that Corki. The lockdown onto Bert. Japone knocked up another kill. A great double taunt with the shield. Thaldren in that front line. He's already got one. Bruiser killed. Bert jumps in. Still Frozen off towards the side. Thaldren will fall. It's a double for Absolute. Team 1 keep going. They keep pushing forward. They cannot quite get the final 2 members, but Team 1 take the fight, and they're looking. Borland dives in, says goodbye, and Team 1 are not done. Fenerbahçe scattered to the winds as Absolute chases down Padden, but Padden can't do it. Team 1 get the ace.
Team 1 get the fantastic team fight finally going in their favor. Oh no, we don't actually have enough to kill the Varus, and he's just going to keep picking up kills.
Yeah, Thaldren caught out polymorphed, and he's not going to be able to escape from Team 1. 13 kills to 5. Now a 4,000 gold lead has been extended. A 6,000 gold Baron power play of a Baron they did not deserve to get. They should never have been able to clear. Team 1 need to be respectful of what Fenerbahçe can do, but they don't care at the moment as they jump onto Frozen. They get the flank, but Japone now caught out. Here's the hero's entrance. Absolute still alive. That's a dead Rakan. He gets melted, and now Team 1 will turn their eyes towards the Baron.
Position, and now 907 Fenerbahçe, they want to try and steal the Baron. I don't know if Crash can get there in time.
Flashes in, he does not get it. Borland secures, and he can spam laugh all he wants because he is laughing all the way to the bank. The root lands onto Thaldren as 1907 and Fenerbahçe are running for the hills. Redbird will get the root. There's the double for Borland. 17 to kills to 5. Team 1 are looking dominant. Deconstructed almost by 1907 Fenerbahçe. Team 1 now stepping up and saying, look, we can give as good as we get. Second inhibitor tower, looking for the inhibitors. Bert jumps in. He just wants to be the front line. The Barrel Scream into Redemption to heal him back up. Chain of Corruption doesn't quite connect. Team 1 happy just to slowly eke out the base of 1907 Fenerbahçe.
5 members. The deficit is so big. 1907, they're going for the engage.
Japone tries to get the charm in, but knocked back. There's the Mikuro Scimitar as well, used from Absolute, and he is able to open up the big guns on the back of this fight. Absolute is legendary, as I'm sure are Team 1 in this game. They get the 1 kill, and now they can look for a little bit more. Absolute pushing forward, knocked up, but what can Fenerbahçe do in the face of so much hate coming out from Absolute? He is demolishing them, and he is looking for those Nexus towers.
Team 1 looking so convincing in game 2 off the back of Absolute and the whole team working together. They're going to get the game back, and they're going for another fight.
A final engage from 1907 Fenerbahçe, but Bruiser does not care. He steps forward. The Valkyrie comes out. That's the package use. We are going to see Borland fall, but he's got the GA to come back. Absolute actually called out towards the back. He has the flash. Frozen still doing a lot of work, but the Nexus Tower's a dive. But still, Absolute is just pounding away on this backline. He will kill Thaldren. He will kill Japone. Padden jumps in and will perhaps be able to hold this one for the time being. Bruiser comes up with a mighty triple at the end. Padden with a triple of his own, but Padden has to turn back and stop these minions from winning the game for Team 1. With them, but does have the hero's entrance to join up if needed. Thaldren's now the one to try and re-engage onto Vert. Gets the Bell Scream off. The knockup does not connect. The secondary one does. There's the wild growth, but already Vert is low. Here's the hero's entrance as well, trying to keep him alive. Japone down now. It's a 4v5 in favor of Team 1. Look at Absolute. It's a double. He's looking for even more. Gets the triple onto Thaldren as they continue to push forward. And now Frozen and Padden have to do something incredibly good. Padden manages to take out Redbird down towards the bottom side, but I think Team 1 just want to go for the Nexus. Frozen's still there. Absolute will go low. Frozen just needs to land an empowered Sheen Rock. Padden comes off towards the back of it. Absolute gets some damage down on towards the Nexus. There gets the kill on towards Frozen, and now Padden forced off towards the bottom of the fight. This will be the win. This will be the Nexus for Team 1, and they equalize the series 1-1.
This time round, Absolute, he doesn't give away his life. And the Ken, so far in this tournament, we are yet to see him bring it out, but they're gonna bring out the Olaf.
Sejuani top Vedius.
No, I think it's Olaf top.
I think it's Olaf jungle Sej top.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Surely not.
Looks like it is what's gonna be Team 1 strategy here.
Okay, so they have until 20 seconds normally to lock in their swaps and confirm that everything that they want to do. With a few seconds left on the board.
They are very willing to fight up against Fenerbahçe with.
Now, he has brought this pick out. In terms of the team comps, you're definitely seeing a kind of 1-3-1 setup from the side of Team 1. They have the double teleport with them.
He's gone a little bit aggressively And Forlan will get the chase off, but Crash can barrel away. Vert in. There is the flash. Vert's going to follow this up. Forlan has ghosted, looking for the chase. There's the stun. Crash might be caught out for first blood. And once again, Team 1 secure first blood in the top lane. Forlan's on his way down as well. There comes the jump in from Absolute as they look for Padden, trying to get concussive blows off. He has gone invis. They're going to Japone instead. There's the stun as he flashes under the tower. And the heal is used as well.
A lot of summoner spells, but here comes the LeBlanc. He's on the back end.
Marth is right off towards the side of this fight and will take down Japone. Here from Team 1 down towards the bottom side. The teleport is going to come in from Vert as Redbert goes in onto Padden. He's gone invis, but they're still looking for this kill. Glacial Prism will connect, and Japone is going to be the sacrifice as Padden escapes. Team 1 once again collapse of the game in the last couple of matches. It has worked out for them at times. Ghost has been used here by Forlan as Vert flashes in. There's the stun. Thordrin not near Mega yet, has to flash away. Forlan looking for the chase, and Thordrin is dead to Team 1. And Padden steps forward a little bit too much. Marth jumps in there, the chains. Double chain gonna land. The barrier will be enough to root him up. Marth underneath the tower looking for the kill, but can't quite get it. Padden flashes away and Crash reacts. Fenerbahçe able to get the kill. The knockback onto Forlan. Redbert's on his way to try and help out his jungler. But meanwhile, Frozen's coming down as well. 1907 Fenerbahçe reacting well. Forlan pops the Ragnarok and the Ghost to get away.
Slow to react.
They have to react because at the moment, Team 1 with a 1-3-1 comp with those double teleports will utilize this Baron to great effect. Crash in the wings, waiting for his opportunity to jump in, but he's knocked back. 1,000 HP, the Baron goes down to Team 1. They jump out the back, they'll sacrifice Forlan, but 4 members will get away with that Baron.
And once again, Team 1 sneak away the Baron. 20 minutes into the game, no hesitation. They see Frozen in the bottom lane, and they punish him. They did it in game 2, they're doing it again in game 3, and now they're grouping up bot, and they're looking for a fight.
Knockback onto Redbird. Crash will get stunned up with concussive blows. He's down to half. Japone trying to keep him alive. He will survive for the time being. As now Padden just opens up that spray and pray. Marth jumps in to get the kill on Crash. And that is exactly what you want from your aggressive mid lane.
To show everyone at home, even if the enemy mid laner is snowballing, you can still have value as Frozen now getting collapsed upon.
Marth trying to get the damage down. Here comes Forlan running in with the Ragnarok as he tries to roll over Frozen, and that will be a dead Syndra. The unleashed power not enough to take down the Olaf in return.
Classic caster curse. The moment you praise a player, he gets caught out. And now with him dead, but very quick response from 1907 Fenerbahçe, and then Team 1 respond themselves.
Absolute and Redbird just sitting in the mid lane. We said we wanted to see Marth and Forlan be aggressive, and because they are aggressive, Absolute and Redbird able to get a trade off. But it's just trading straight into Thordrin here. Thordrin's meant to be the rock of this team, and he's getting collapsed upon. He's getting taken out by Team 1, and Thordrin, when your foundations collapse, your team collapses. Fenerbahçe needed him to be solid. At the moment, he's looking anything but.
Thordrin has not had the same sort of impact in Game 2 or Game 3 that he was able to have in Game 1.
Has a KDA in teamfights of 11.5, a devastating number, but Crash now once again is at that front line. He's getting collapsed on by Team 1. There's the Glacial Fissure. Absolute is going to jump forward as well. Vert looking for the flank, the knockback onto Frozen. Crash down to half, but he's surviving for the time being. Vert runs in with a Righteous Glory. That's a quick pig, and Crash goes down so low, but manages to survive, and now Vert is knocked back. Forlan from the side, but Vert will be the first to fall. Marth is in the bottom lane here. He teleported down to that lane. He's looking for it.
Team 1 are rushing for this Baron.
They know Thordrin's down towards that bottom side, but they do need to be cautious because, of course, Marth does not have his teleport. We'll see. 1907 Fenerbahçe forced them off the Baron. Marth is still down towards that bottom lane. Through their play-in matches, they were behind. They were 3,000 behind, and catches like this is what could win them the game. Vert caught out by Crash and by Frozen, but Forlan is looking for the chase in here. Marth is on his way up. Here comes the TP, and Forlan's overextended and knocked back onto Vert as he jumps across the wall. But Japone's going to flash forward. Absolute's still alive. Japone as well, but here comes Marth from the backside. Can't quite kill the Janna. Thordrin's looking for the chase onto Vert. Team 1 still running away. They have to escape. Crash has a flank, but instead they're just going to go for the Baron.
The jungler is dead. There is no smite on Team 1. They go for this risky play, and they're not prepared to answer the aggression from 1907 Fenerbahçe. Let's see if Marth can stop this.
Marth jumps in onto Frozen, the root lands, but there's the cleanse. Absolute dodging around the side. There's the Baron, goes down to Fenerbahçe as they look to engage onto Marth and Absolute. The flash away, the Buster is great. And Absolute and Marth will be able to survive the knockback, the scatter the weak. Marth jumps across the wall with that flash. Team 1, they're just not willing to give anything up.
That allows Frozen to just nuke him out of the fight, especially with his Banshees now gone. The team regroups. They're going for a siege.
Straight onto Frozen, the Unleashed Power comes out, Marth down to half, but Frozen's low as well. Here comes the Glacial Fissure, they've caught onto Crash, and once again, he's a bit overextended, but a Great Monsoon will knock him back. Team 1 unwilling to stop this pressure, Forlan knocked back. He will survive for the time being, as will Bert, but now Fenerbahçe trying to turn this one back on its head. Marth with a flank, can't quite connect. Onto Padden as well, here comes the teleport in by Bert, they're looking for the flank. Forlan going in with the Righteous Glory, Marth down to half, the Unleashed Power does not take him out. Here comes the counter TP from Tholdren, and now Team 1 have to decide, do we dive, do we go in, do we risk our lives in this final fight? They say yes, they go for Padden, but Forlan is already dead, as is Bert. 2 members of Team 1 down, and 1907 Fenerbahçe are able to get the kills.
Team 1 a little uncoordinated there. They weren't sure if they wanted to commit or disengage. 5 members of 1907 Fenerbahçe are now onto this tier 2 tower, and they could very well break into the base of Team 1.
4,000 gold ahead, and that inhibitor as well. Will they go for more is the big question. It looks like they are resolved to back away for the time being. Padden.
Here we go.
On to Absolute. He's the team fighting god, but Redbird puts up the wall and says, you shall not pass. He flashes away. The Glacial Fissure will knock out Padden, and Absolute and Redbird will not quite survive as he gets taken out at the end.
They might want to try and end the game right now, Medic.
They're not going to,
They're dropping. So 1907 Fenerbahçe have been finding these consistent fights. But at Team 1, they're going aggressive once again.
Going for the flank once again. Onto Crash, looking for that stun. Can't get it. Knocked back. Padden with the flank. Look at him. He's the team fight god. He's the carry for this team. Forlan is shredded down. He dodges the Glacial Prisoner. Padden is a god. Goes unstoppable. Kills the Olaf. And is now looking for that mid lane in here.
Think of the experience that he got thanks to the kill onto the LeBlanc. He closed the gap. He got a bit of extra gold. He started making his way back into the game, and then Team 1 did not choose to continue to put down the pressure. 1907 Fenerbahçe will get their second Baron of the game, while Team 1 will answer with an Elder Dragon. They do have the double Ocean. This will still be a strong advantage to get. Question is, can they get out?
Absolute has jumped up, but Redbird is the one that will be targeted down. Marth then jumps around. He will realize that Padden is waiting in the wings. Redbird caught up by Tholdren. Support is definitely going to die. Marth is trying to escape down towards the bottom side. There's the Glacial Prison. Padden dominating. 6-0-3 on this twin.
Have been that team that have successfully punished those mistakes, and now there are only 2 Nexus towers, along with a Team 1 team standing in the way of that Nexus as they go for another fight.
Once again, onto Crash. They will slow him down, but Tholdren's there. The Nah, that's what you want from your foundation of your team. Padden opens up, he's spraying and he's praying for more kills. It's a double for him. 1907 Fenerbahçe will flash in for these kills. Marth forced back to the fountain, Bert forced back to death, and now 1907 Fenerbahçe can close out this game. The quadra kill, but Padden, give him his second Penta of Worlds. He doesn't get it, Japone steals it away. There's a kill secure for you, Vedius, as Fenerbahçe secure the Nexus and secure a 2-1 lead. On the alpha of prediction that it is the Aurelian Soul. Now, is going to be Forlan picking up the Rek'Sai as well. So
still have the ability to peel a little bit more with the Orianna, still providing a healthy amount of utility, and they've decided to go for the Ardent Sensor off in the 1 versus 1 because she's
actually roam around the map. So we'll have to see if he's willing to give up a little bit of his laning phase.
Of 1907 Fenerbahçe, yet to look though for an early gank top.
Going bot instead. Japone caught out with the explosive charge, has to flash away. Padden, the new target, the Ignite comes down, but he's turned back onto Redbird, who uses the heal. And here comes Forlan looking for the knock of the barrier. Instead, they go for Japone. First blood to Forlan, and the second kill as well goes to Absolute. Eventually, Forlan will fall to Padden, using that passive effectively. Frozen's roamed down from that mid lane. Redbird looking to kill himself on the tower. Absolute exhausted, and Frozen's going to get himself a double kill. Actually, manages to secure Absolute at the end.
What looked like a great gank from the side of Team 1.
So working out for them as well. Great prediction from you in picks and bans for them to bring this one out. Absolute's going to jump onto Japone. They just want to keep trading. The chain is not going to quite connect. But meanwhile, Forlan is getting chased off by the Voice of Light and the Star Surge. The stun connects, and Forlan's going to try and dodge his way away, but you cannot get away from Aurelian Soul.
Oh, things are looking rough right now.
Armor should win into the Cogmore and the Janna, and even with a little bit of help, then the explosive cast will knock back. The stun still connects onto Marth. He's exhausted. A good shockwave will catch up Frozen and Crash, but the Voice of Light just devours Marth. Meanwhile, Team 1 are going to get first tower blood towards this bottom side
here as well, so they want to start sieging onto this second tier 1 tower, but Tholdren and Aurelion Sol are making their way to get a collapse.
Yeah, Forlan did not realize Thorin was in the bush, then flashes over straight into the face of Crash. And boom, slap, Crash gets the kill. That's what Thordrin does best. Ganking with Bosun. There we go. Comet of Legend. Mark flashes away. Thordrin looking for the engage. The Star Surge connects. The Voice of Light as well. The Shockwave does not. And Mark goes down, but Burt is able to lock Thordrin underneath the tower. And it ends up being a 1-for-1 trade. Forlan on his way. Bosun still does a lot of work with that Celestial expansion. The explosive cast comes out. Give up the first tower. Now looking for the second. Fenerbahçe with a good amount of damage onto it. The Star Surge onto Burt as well. He's getting taken lower and lower. He will survive. Bosun caught under the tower. Ignite from Redbird. Forlan jumps in, but immediately Fenerbahçe collapse, and that is a very dead Rek'Sai. Fenerbahçe looking for a 3-tower push off this single bit held. We said, could they accelerate? Could they take the win? Well, with Thordrin and Frozen, they can do anything they damn well please. They're looking for that mid lane inhibitor. They will take it at 16 minutes into this game.
That is absolutely insane. Forlan tries to go in. Siege onto, at the very least, this tier 1. They quickly take the tower, they quickly run up mid, but I don't think we have more time because I think we have another fight.
And Redbird caught out by Frozen, flashes away, the explosive cast comes out as well. There's the Voice of Light onto Forlan. Burt looking for the flank and he might get it. Hits up 3 members of Fenerbahçe. He's going to use that Nature's Grasp as well, but Fenerbahçe line up and immediately Padden just gets the damage down from the backline. Frozen dominating 6-0-2, and this is why you're scared if you are in a group that Fenerbahçe could meet you in.
They are struggling as a dominating and convincing 1907 Fenerbahçe sit on an 8,000 gold lead as Thordrin may be caught out.
Chasing onto him, the explosive charge won't quite do it, but here comes the Void Rush. Thordrin trying to dodge away, but Forlan will be able to take down the bedrock of Fenerbahçe as Thordrin falls.
3. Team 1 were in a pretty dominant position, and 1907 Fenerbahçe found a way back. But now Frozen, if he makes plays like this, allows Team 1 to come back.
Nature's Grasp comes out, there's the Righteous Glory as well. Flash, Shockwave onto Bosun, pull him back, root him down, knock him up and kill him so quickly. Team 1 able to collapse.
1907 Fenerbahçe can't afford to be making these mistakes because Team 1 is inhibitor in the middle lane.
Maybe looking for a catch afterwards if they've accepted that they're going to lose the inhibitor anyway.
Free farm now. But here we go. Okay, he has actually been spotted. Look at the ward just behind him.
Crash comes across the wall. They're looking for the collapse. Forlan knocked back with the explosive cask away from his team. Now he needs to work out, can he dodge around? He gets caught with the bow of the slow. Here comes the TP as Team 1 decide they need to take this fight. Forlan with the Void Rush jumps across the wall, but he's dead. And that is the jungler down.
He's going to be the one to die out of position and potentially give this Baron over to 1907 Fenerbahçe.
You feel if 1907 Fenerbahçe get this Baron, it is the game. The Shockwave comes out, Fenerbahçe get it. Now they can look for the push. Thordrin looking to jump onto Burt. There's the Cataclysm. The Kiddens come out to try and force them away. 1907 Fenerbahçe are just within arm's reach of the top 16 of the group stage of teams like SKT. Thordrin goes in. The root's going to land onto Crash, but Padden's still alive off towards the side. There's the explosive cast. It knocks back the tree. A good shockwave, but it's just no damage from Marv. And Crash goes in. He engages onto Forlan. That's another kill as Frozen steps forward looking for the damage onto Marv and Absolute. And the Celestial expansion is enough. Absolute gets taken down and Team 1 get destroyed by Fenerbahçe.
Massive team fight win. 1907 Fenerbahçe with a fantastic overall final game will take them to the top 16.
Superb game by Fenerbahçe to close out the series. 3-1, they'll defeat Team 1 and they'll go through to World's Groups.
Considering how close the series was overall, in counterparts, and they will be making their way out of the play-in stage and into the group stage.
Demonstrating why they deserve to be in groups as well. They not
more well-rounded, because some of these Kog'Maw compositions have fallen a bit flat just because they rely purely good opportunity here in game number 1, where, as they mentioned themselves, not a lot as far as pressure on them is concerned.
There isn't a lot of perceived Jarvan combo that we know Team WE can destroy people.
Scaled there by the Kog'Maw. Xie always been a phenomenal mid lane tank player. Generation can do around their mid lane at this time around. Venus going to be spotted out. Spen gets the dazzle on, looking for this, but Pallet's going to turn up. make it a 2v2, and Ben has to be very careful. Throws down
ignited.
the flash, and the ignite is there. Good heal comes out, but it's not enough. First blood goes over to Big Koro, and Mystic, now a very lonely puppy underneath this turret, does have to be careful of a dive.
And the 1v3 dog's gonna have to try his absolute hardest to hold on. Gragas is here. The minions are about to crash. He's got his flare ready. Save me, team, Mystic says.
Well, teleport is going to come out from 957, and it was actually cancelled by Shie. Both of them, in fact, cancelling that one as the minion wave was dealt with.
Mind, if a Jarvan is ever going to gank, it's usually at the level 6 mark. There it is.
Not wasting any time. Jumps straight in with the Cataclysm, and Big Koro cannot go anywhere. Condi grabs the kill all too easily, and then just walks his way out. Probably grab a celebratory Rift Void. The spit coming out of this Pugmore.
Awkward control word placement from Ben, was obviously doing it while he was stuck under the turret, but Condi's got the inside track here if they want to.
Yeah, well, I've seen this one before as the Dazzle's going to get flashed out of, but Big Koro straight into a Cataclysm. Wild Growth is not enough, and the ultimate's going to make sure they secure it from Ben. WE, they spend a lot of time down here, but they seem to make it work no matter what.
If you're Mystic in this case, actually, might go with Zen.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, lots of magic damage on the opposing team. There's Condi.
Yeah, there's a big double Cataclysm. It's in fact the cataclysmic entrance as Big Koro is going to get evaporated, and it's a double kill from 957 with the equalizer from downtown. WE 4-1 now in kills. Item spike number 2. See whether they can actually make something happen, and if they can pair that with a package play, could potentially work out. But another engage from Condi. Yeah, 957 looking for more Cataclysm comes in, and that's just the combo that WE seem to make easy in the jungle.
Team WE finally hit the Baron. YG know this. Corki hasn't stopped.
No, and there's no one actually going down there, and we've got Big Koro taking down the inner turret in the mid lane. This could actually be a huge problem, especially if the Gragas can make his way in, but it's not going to happen.
He's going to get the turret.
Trying to do what he can. Yeah, this could even be an inhibitor, potentially, as the Baron will eventually go down, but is it even worth it? Condi locks that one down, empowered recalls now to get them back home, but this inhibitor is so close to falling.
He's going to get it.
Yeah, inner falls in the mid lane, and Null, yeah, he can die now, and it doesn't even really matter. He's grabbed an inner turret, an inhibitor turret, and inhibitor as well.
He may
not even be able to kill him.
Spray his face and yell, "Witness me" at this moment. He's done so much work for the team of Young Generation. He just got an inhibitor, and he got a flash to get him in a teleport. This guy's a machine.
Well, we mentioned that Null is the player that Young Generation like to play around, and he just got all the respect in the world from Team WE. This time, however, WE are shoving forward. They have this inhibitor turret on lockdown.
Null's up right now, but WE still want to fight.
Yep, they do find the taunt on the Cho'Gath, but not necessarily the target they really want to go towards. But there it is once again, the cataclysmic entrance, and it is going to spell once again the death of the big void monster. Inhibitor now going to fall down, but it's not exactly giving them what they need.
Oh, Mystic
in order to finish this one. Oh my god, okay, take it all back. Mystic living artillery lands onto Big Koro, and Null is going to get out of the death chamber and straight back in there again. WE do not want to waste any more time. It's 25 minutes into the game, number 1, and WE have already secured the Nexus. You can't let them get these comfort picks. Shie on the Galio, the Cogmore for Mystic. It's exactly what they want, and Young Generation gonna have to go back to the drawing board.
At one CSL game.
Well, thankfully it's the right CS, as they do get a ward in this brush. The red buff is there, and Condi looking for the first blood. Should be able to get it, as the rupture at least lands. Nocti doing a bunch of work, but first blood does go to 957. Condi waiting in the wings. Pallet does need to be very careful. He's moving towards Condi now. The explosion of damage on top of the Lulu, who's looking for Ben. The ignite shouldn't be enough, as he has popped that potion as well. Venus, bit of a love tap from the Mystic shot, and WE get themselves out with a kill. But now you can see Null moving towards the bottom lane.
And the Lee Sin. There is a chance that the turret is the focus. If a kill comes out, they're happy for it.
Oh, that scat of the week was amazing. The ultimate comes out from Null. All too easily locks down the kill onto Ben, and Mystic just getting escorted up this lane. The flash comes in, and Venus is going to follow Mystic through an orbs thrown at him, and that's going to be the double for Null. Bottom lane destroyed.
WE's momentum was just picks, just small details. Even Nocti taking away that blue buff.
Well, Nature's Grasp is going to come in, and Condi wants to get this one away. Shie is going to be here as well as the Dragon falls in favor of Young Generation, but WE, they've got their eyes on the kills as Shie comes in with a Frost Bomb, all too easily takes that one down, and thankfully for 957, the turret is going to reset at the right time. Yeah, he's not too worried about this whole situation.
Thinks he's the king of the castle.
He's got a bunch of items. Ultimate does eventually come down as Nature's Grasp. Don't think it'll be enough as he gets himself back in there. Wild Growth just to make sure that the tree dies. And Mystic, has he turned up in time is the question. Big kickback as the Polymorph comes in at the same time. And Mystic on the wrong side of this fight. Condi now flashed on and destroyed by Null in the jungle. And Young Generation looking to turn the tide in this series.
Also looking towards the bottom side of the rift, Nocti has been putting a fair amount of damage down on this. 957 could have stood between those Vorpal spikes and the Cho'Gath and maybe made him tank the turret, but he's still going to lock it down.
Yeah, Miniwave actually turning up in the nick of time, but
Here comes
WE
everyone.
doing exactly the same thing. Nocti's been taking so much punishment so far as 5 members of WE punish.
Fancy footwork from Shie, but at the end of the day, he's not actually going to be dodging anything meaningful as Nocti was just standing still and auto-attacking him. Null.
Yeah, Condi needs to be careful.
Oh my god.
Okay, just not going to work as the kickback onto Mystic as he jumps himself over. 957 so deep as the Nature's Grasp comes in. He's looking for Null to try and take him down, and Shie going to get some revenge for the jungler. Mystic, such a massive shield actually coming in as Big Koro throws out the ultimate. Health bars are going so low as Null still landing the skills, and Big Koro just backing this one up. 957, he's not dying anytime soon, but they're out of damage. Pallet has the shields, he's got the heal, and that is going to be a huge team fight win for Young Generation.
If there's one thing you know about WE is
package delivered as Null is in trouble. Condi doesn't find any Mystic shots though, and the ultimate once again going to launch itself towards Shie, not going to get stunned up.
That's a
by
deep
the scale of the week.
teleport.
Yeah, huge one coming out from Nocti, who's going to lumber towards the corner.
No.
Ominous, it just eats him round the corner. And now we've got a big problem for the Tristana. There's the alley-oop as Ben wants to try and keep him safe. Oh no, the slow comes in. Rupture not going to land. Remember, there is no feast there, but Venus, he's got some feet. He's just going to kick him in the head.
right now you're looking at perhaps a steal from Condi. 957 can throw the March of the Kittens if he wishes.
Well, they're going to have to try and do something here as they're all standing behind the Baron. True shot below.
Oh,
he's going to take down Pallet and now gets himself towards the back of the pit. The health bars are so low because it's and he steals away the Baron. Massive play from Condi, and the Monsoon keeps him alive afterwards. This could have been the turnaround WE were looking for, despite the fact that the gold isn't too much different.
You've got the Maokai ultimate and then the Smite battle. He somehow beats Elise Sinners. Nocti's dead.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
So probably still feeling fine as Ben's flashing on Null. Okay, that's aggressive. You probably don't want to be doing that, buddy, but Shie's going to turn up with a heck of a lot of the damage. 957 throws out some kittens, and that one's going to lock that one forward. He's still not done as he flashes into Big Koro, but the chains of corruption are there. Talisman is... Sorry.
Oh, he's alive.
Yeah, the item comes down, and Venus now trying to run out of the way of this one.
He's against a lot of carries, so he wants to survive and be able to do damage in team fights. He's Nocti once again.
He's just not having a great time, as he always seems to be surrounded by WE players. Ben not going to get eaten this time, and Shie is going to be able to lock down the kill. 4, 2, and 2 now for the Corki.
Young Generation, they've just started it off. They will do it fairly quickly themselves. Condi's nearby. Teleports are in.
Yeah, immediately going to come down. Condi jogs his way forward. It's a second steal. This time he's going to die, but who cares? They trade, in fact. It's a 1-for-1. Junglers are dead, but Condi, he's the one that reaps all the rewards.
This isn't fair for Young Generation. At least it exits the pit, and Condi's like,
his name is Son of Baron. Like, this is a known nickname for Condi, Rusty. Why do this?
Stop giving them opportunities to steal the Baron and doing it in Vision.
You don't have to leash the Baron. I know they've got the home field advantage, but that's not what that means. Is yes, the Twisted Advance comes forward. I think Noel was there, but he's immediately evaporated. We've got a Tristana jumping forward. The Guardian Angel means that Varus is doing no damage, and eventually he's taken down. Mystic flashes through Who wants to take down Paladins? There's the buster shot on top of the Cho'Gath.
Oh, they're still going.
Yeah, they're going to be able to grab it. Triple kill comes down for the Tristana, and whoever doubted WE, I certainly didn't, as they are going to break open the base of Young Generation.
Honestly, in a game they should have lost Atlas. 3 people dead, 30 seconds, and they have got so many AD carries left. So it looks like they'll be able to end this one, unless Venus and Palat pull out something special.
Yeah, that was completely ridiculous. There's the kickback onto Shie, but it just means that you can take more chunks out of this Lulu. Another Nature's Grasp comes in for 957 to make sure they can't get out of the fountain, and the Nexus hasn't been the greatest, but that is going to be LeBlanc locked in for Null. So he's going to have a lot of assassination potential, and can Shie be that out there by Mystic, who's trying to get the damage back. Explosive charge, not going to be quite enough as Zero with the Eye of the Storm does come in. Venus turning up the teleports there as well as the Blade Call is in. Mystic still alive for the moment. It's a really good tornado to come out from Zero, but it's not enough, and First Blood goes on. Condi needs to be careful, actually. Hero's entrance comes in as Venus kicks back Condi, and my God, that Q went a long way, Null, and he's going to
trade from the bush if he walks predictably, which is not, but there he is.
Oh, this face check is not what you wanted. Shie just ends the life of Null. The Ignite's enough to do it, and that's the double buffs transition. Shie as well, giving a lot of respect here to Young Generation as Shie finds Null once again. Does need to be careful, but the root comes in. Hero's entrance is there, and Nocti going to colossally smash him out of the fight. 957 makes his way through, but this is dangerous as Featherstorm comes in from Mystic. He's trying to get the work done. They're looking for Null if they can get him, but they still haven't been able to pick one. 957 finally able to lock down a kill, and he's so tanky. Nocti dies as well as Mystic grabs that kill, and they just did not have the damage. Turn up, no Featherstorm available here for Mystic. Does have his flash though, and gets himself to the right side. The Null turns up in the end, close to falling, but is able to lock that one down, and thankfully
Shit, he just missed that.
Oh, he did, and he is just going to get jumped on by everyone. He's like, why? I threw him a shock blast. Should have found everything as teleport. He's actually going to come down as well. They're committing to this fight massively. Good Monsoon to try and mix this one up as the hero's entrance comes in. Nocti is a massive body in the middle of this fight as Null is going to fall down in the end. That first pick onto Shie happens every single time, but it's still going to be a relatively close battle. There's the Featherstorm. The fight from Mystic wants to find more as Nocti's in trouble. Pallet, the first one to go down. Nocti going to be the second as Mystic calls back the blades, and the twisted advance from 957 says, Venus, you ain't going anywhere, and this should just be another one for the AD carry of WE. Cool guys don't look at explosions and they lock it down. Koro does have to be very careful. Buster shot immediately used as the Baron's down very, very low. Condi just going to find that smite button. This will be absolutely fine, and WE lock it down incredibly low. That shock blast. Picaro finds himself a turret. That's not what they want. Null gets exploded. Mystic, all of that damage we were talking about is going to be able to secure it, and now an inhibitor turret in the mid lane will be falling down. 20 of the base. Nocti stunned up. He's a tank, but he's just not that tanky against all the damage that WE have, and he's forced back to the fountain. An inhibitor is going to fall down, but you may as well just head towards the Nexus. 26 minutes into this game. It's game number 3. This is WE looking to secure their spot in the round of 16. They've been touted as the #1 team in China, and honestly right now, they look absolutely stunning. Shie grabs the kill. Venus is dead. Celebratory frags coming in for Team WE as the Nexus, the last to fall. Dominant victory from the Chinese home crowd team, WE.
Not the cleanest of 3-0s, but a 3-0 nonetheless. If we erase game number 2 from our memories, it still looked like there was nothing that was going to slow them down, nothing that was going to stop them. Young Generation knew it was going to be an upset if they took even a map from Team WE, but they were not allowed. Condi said no and refused to give them one.
And Young Generation did look pretty good in game number 2, especially in the moments that they had control over, but honestly, it's a little bit inexcusable to throw Barons like they did twice in a row. Did mean that this felt like WE had it in the bag. But that man on your screen taking the front, Zero subbing in for game number 3, and honestly felt like WE, despite how clean game number 1 was,